Hey Obi-Wan, do you think these braids make me look stylish? Yes indeed, Master, and I think this hat makes me look good. Alright, enough messing around. Let's proceed with Chapter 2, Through the Jundland Wastes. Episode 4, A New Hope. Chapter 2, Through the Jundland Wastes. Darth Vader searches in vain for the secret rebel plans on Princess Leia's starship. The droid R2D2 has escaped with the Death Star blueprints to the planet Tatooine below. But R2D2, along with his companion C-3PO, has been captured by Jawas, small scavenger creatures who trade in mechanical scrap. Young Luke Skywalker, unaware of the great destiny which lies before him, is looking for droids to help with work on his uncle's moisture farm. As he approaches the Jawas' Sandcrawler, his life is about to change forever. In the hot, hot desert of Tatooine, we look for some droids. But the question is, which droids shall we purchase? I think that green decapitated one looks fine, but I guess C3PO and R2D2 will do. Night falls. And those thieving little jerks stole the droids that we just bought. That seems real fair, but where could they be? Uh-oh, looks like we've got bigger things to worry about. But never fear! As a creepy old man waves his hands and disperses the Tusken Raiders. Apparently that's all you need to do to get rid of them. Who knew? Yes, indeed, we are joined by Ben Kenobi. He is the first Jedi character we get to play as in the original trilogy, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and collect some studs, and we have something here that needs building. Let's see what it is. It is in fact a sandcastle. That's a nice little touch. It's little touches like that that make playing the game worth it. But in all seriousness, this level is big. And it's in the middle of a desert. What else did you expect? We also have some new enemies to deal with. Tusken Raiders, aka Sand People, and I actually did not know I could blast that thing. Learn something new every day. Tusken Raiders work much like stormtroopers. They like to gang up on you and blast you. And as such, you need to deal with them in the same way as stormtroopers. Blast them, or use the Force on them and turn them around. Oh geez, how many of you guys are there? Yes, unfortunately they do respawn, which is quite annoying. And they respawn quickly too, which is even more annoying. I'm gonna see if I can try to use the word annoying less often. I really should read a thesaurus one of these days. But anyway, banthas. They don't do much, but you can jump off of them to reach higher ledges. You'll definitely want to use Ben for reaching the studs on the higher ledges, as he has a double jump. But the banthas only have 2 health, so don't stay on them for too long, lest you run the risk of getting studs blasted out of you. Alright, we are done in this area, and we also have 2 Tusken Raiders up there on a higher ledge. Now, you pretty much have to deflect their shots in order to deal with them. And man, they shoot faster than I first thought. Okay, now that this ledge has been brought down, let us proceed. So how has everyone's day been going so far? I'm curious to know if there are any fellow Let's Players watching this video. What projects are you working on? Post the links in the comments below and maybe I'll check out some channels. I don't sub for subs, so there's no guarantee I'm going to sub to your channel. I only sub to channels I really, really like. I honestly think sub for sub is really overrated, as it doesn't really generate much traffic towards your videos. But anyway, we've got some flowers that need force power, as I should put it. So if you use the Force on them, you'll destroy the flowers and generate some studs, which is all that we need in this world. And this part of the level is really annoying because the Tusken Raiders generate so quickly. Ooh, blue stud. Excellent. I just want to show that as soon as you deal with the Tusken Raiders... Yeah, 3 more show up. It's really irritating to deal with. And take a look, that's the escape pod that C3PO and R2 traveled in to get to Tatooine. So we're just going to move up the hill in an attempt to stop the sand people from regenerating. And we've got a nice little satellite dish to generate a few studs. Blue stud, blue stud, blue stud! Yes, 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 yes. Me like shiny blue studs. Now, if you like carnival games, you'll like these cans because they're set up in a way much like that game is, where you knock all of the cans down. However, instead of a baseball, we're going to be using a blaster, as it's far more efficient. The only downside is that the studs keep bouncing everywhere, making it really hard to collect all of them. Ooh, power up! That's going to make things a lot easier. Just need to quickly deal with those other cans so you can get the studs and collect them quickly. And also get rid of these things. In fact, grab any stud you can while you have a power-up. Oh, you jerks again. Looks like we're going to have to use Ben to deflect the bolts. And my deflection skills have gotten a lot better, I must say. I don't mean to boast, but I've noticed that. I guess that's because I'm not trying to deflect them while commentating at the same time, because that's always been an Achilles heel of mine. And we've got a nice little toolbox here, which contains studs. I guess that toolbox was, in fact, a treasure chest. And we're almost up to 15,000 studs, and we haven't even filled it a quarter of the way there. That makes sense because, as I said before, this level is quite long. You're going to want to use Ben for the majority of the outside because you are going to get attacked by Tusken Raiders quite often. And make sure you grab these studs down here as they are easily missed. But I spy with my eyes a tiled floor, as well as a striped object that we can push. This seems promising. Alright, let's collect all the studs before they vanish. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, that was okay. I only missed about 2 or 3 of them. Those studs on the ledges might not seem important at first, but try and collect them anyway, as they can add up. The majority of the studs are going to come in the second area, though. Because I like to think of this chapter as divided into 3 areas. Well, you'll see what I mean eventually, because we're going to come to the second area very soon. And we've got a nice little target for Luke to grapple up towards. Or rather, he grapples from the target to the hook. By the way, this mud is dangerous. Do not jump in it, lest you want to die. And another blue stud. Very generous with these blue studs, I must say. Alright, we are here in the Jawas Sandcrawler. I remember seeing the Lego Sandcrawler, and I just said to myself, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I had a Lego set like that? Unfortunately, I never got it, but even if I could get it now, there'd be no place in my room to put it. It'd still be pretty cool, I think. Hey, there's the droid that we saw the Jawas sell earlier. Let's get rid of it as payback for how they double-crossed us by stealing C3PO and R2D2, who are somewhere in that Sandcrawler. But before we enter it, we have some more breakables to bust. And we are generating some amount of studs, I must say. Oh, another droid on sale. Oh, no, 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 no! The shiny blue stud fell into the bottomless pit. That is disappointing. I do not approve. That's why I'm taking out my frustration on all of the droids I build, except 3PO and R2D2, because, well, they rock. Oh man, there are just a lot of things to bust here. In fact, I probably should be more careful about destroying breakables, because it seems to me that I'm losing more and more potential studs that I could collect. And speaking of studs, there are 3 blue ones right here, so 3,000 total studs right off the bat, which is cool. Now this Sandcrawler, in terms of how you get inside, is pretty cool, because we have to do a little bit of platforming. And this isn't a platforming game by any means, but yeah, it's still pretty cool to point out. Man, lots of studs lying around the Jundland wastes. I hope they didn't come from some deceased traveler who attempted to find some sort of treasure or whatnot. But we need to use the Force on that platform, and then have Luke grapple up and pull down this switch. That way, the 2 platforms will go up once again. And now we can use the Force to lower that platform, switch back over to Luke, grapple up, pull down another switch, so we can lower this moving platform, jump on top of it, thereby making it to the top of the Sandcrawler, blast all of these, well, that worked out well, didn't it? My own foolish actions interrupted my how-to monologue. Good God, do I suck! As I was saying, destroy these panels and collect all of the studs that generate. Do your best to collect all of them before they disappear as usual. Once that is done, pull down both of these switches, thereby summoning a vacuum, jump down this chute, taking you to the base, and then, finally, jumping into the vacuum to enter the Sandcrawler. That was fun, wasn't it? Here we have a panel that can be opened by C3PO, but we aren't going to do anything with it, even though we will eventually encounter 3PO in the Sandcrawler. Instead, we're just going to focus our effort on collecting as many studs as we can, because we've just pushed over the halfway mark for true Jedi status. Thank you for that blue stud, and I don't need you anymore, so bye-bye! Now these panels can also be destroyed by Luke, so be sure you blast them as well. Okay, in this room, we have various switches, and they are guarded by shields that look strangely like ladders. I don't know who the architect is that designed this Sandcrawler, but that's pretty poor craftsmanship on his part. Yes, I know this is tedious, but I just want to make sure that I collect as many studs as possible so I don't have to go back through the level to obtain true Jedi status. And I know I blasted the Jawas, but I am cruel and heartless, so I don't care. We have to turn all of these panels green, and some studs will generate upon turning them, but it's not really that much. They are largely important as a whole, unimportant as a whole, I should say. Okay, now that that's done, we can collect the blue studs and proceed to the next room, where we find even more droids that we shall destroy. Because although Ben Kenobi is on the light side, I myself am on the dark side. Yes, it's a secret that I wanted to share with everyone, that I truly am on the dark side. Speaking of being on the dark side, I do remember one website where you could have a Sith name generated for you. And I never actually tried that, so I think that's something I might do in the future, just to see what my name would be as a Sith. But enough about that. R2 is trapped behind this cell, so we have to free him. And we are going to do that momentarily. Let's go ahead and destroy as many droids as we can. Because I hate Jawas. They stole the droids that I rightfully bought. So for that, they must pay. Yes, this Sandcrawler is the second area that I was talking about, and this is where you're going to receive the majority of your studs. So the first thing we need to do is we need to pull down this lever and summon a block. Once that's done, we need to push it onto the switch, thereby freeing R2. Not only that, but there are some extra studs that are hidden behind those panels. So I think I'm going to take the time to deal with them as well. If they were silver or gold studs, then I would probably pass them by. But since they are blue studs, I think I should take the time to collect them. As well as this mini kit piece, our first one in the entire level. That's always cool. Alright, push it back, way, way back. Oh, you little jerk. That's one thing I forgot to mention, is that when there are Jawas about, they will use their ion blasters to try and disable droids. Usually it's not that big of a deal because they don't die. It can get a little annoying, however, when there are more than one in the room. So if you want to destroy the Jawas, or kill them I should say, yeah, that might be a good strategy. Once again, I am a no good, cruel, and heartless bastard. They don't stay stunned for long, but the fact that it can occur constantly can just hinder your progress a little bit. Alright, we are done here, so let's move on up to the next room. And here we have some more breakables, as well as some dark side objects. Can't do anything about that. And can we destroy this, I think? Oh wait, no, I just realized I collected it. Okay, I don't know how that works out, but I'm fine with it. And oh man, so close to true Jedi status. I think we'll be able to do it no problem. So to get past this room, first of all, we're going to destroy these vents, or whatever the heck they are. And after that, we are going to walk over all of these switches, and once that is done, some levers will be summoned. Levers, switches, whatever they are the key to us moving forward. Alright, now this room can be a little bit annoying because of the many Jawas that are here. The first thing you need to do is make sure that C3PO is under this vacuum whatchamacallit. Now, if the Jawas do annoy you, you can also use the Force to make them temporarily dizzy. But let's go ahead and see if we can activate this panel. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You jerk! Okay, that is it. Enough is enough. After I activate this panel, you all shall be punished. Die. Die. Oh, sorry, Obi-Wan. Or should I call you Ben? Die! Die! Oh! Don't think you can go unpunished. I am so sorry, Obi-Wan. I don't mean to accidentally kill my master. I know that's not the Jedi way. Now that that song and dance is over with, let's open this panel with C-3PO. And that will be the end of the Sandcrawler. If there are any other droids in the room, sometimes the Jawas will go after them instead, giving you a little bit of reprieve. But unfortunately, usually they'll go after either C-3PO or R2D2. But that doesn't matter since they are all dead. I never liked Jawas anyway. Those creepy glowing red eyes were always unsettling to me. So we're going to activate this panel, and once we do that, some studs will drop down as well as pieces for a new droid that generates a blue stud? I thought I saw one fly around here somewhere. Oh well, no matter. I think we can say with confidence that we will be getting true Jedi status in this chapter. Okie doke. Oh, another droid that requires building. Okay, once all of that has been taken care of, we need to use the Force on these latches, and once that is done, the Sandcrawler opens up once again, and now we may proceed back outside to the third area of Chapter 2, and man, we are almost at 20 minutes. I didn't realize how long I've been playing. Okay, so this final area is pretty similar to the first one. Unfortunately, we are going to be attacked by Tusken Raiders once again. So that's a definite downside. Let's see if we can grab these studs up here. Indeed we can. Once again, we have to deal with the dangerous mud. And in this area, once again, getting ambushed. Might as well deal with them, even though we can't get up there in the first place. But we can destroy this pile of dirt here. Provides at least some studs. And oh, that was not a smart move on my part. At least I managed to get back the blue stud. I think we're going to blast these guys with Luke, first of all. And then we have 3 more to deal with. You'll definitely want to deal with the enemies before you start working on the task at hand. So first we need to build this ramp. Why is that ramp important? Oh, true Jedi status. Very, very nice. But back to what I was saying. The reason why we need that ramp is because we need C3PO to activate this water pump. Unfortunately, he has no way of getting across. So we're going to have to do a bit of assembly in order to help him. But first, mini kit piece. Very, very nice. All right. The first thing we need to do is we need to go over here with 3PO and activate this water pump. Once we do that, the tank will fill and we can blast it to make the water harden. Not only that, but there are also some flowers we can uproot here. Well, Ben Kenobi is never one to have a green thumb. After all, Jedi are peacekeepers, not gardeners. Although I'm willing to wager dollars to donuts that some of them like to garden in their pastime. But with the mud hardened, C-3PO can safely traverse, walk up the ramp, and slowly but surely make his way over to the panel. And once that happens, the mud is hardened and we may proceed. But first, uprooting time! More studs, more studs. You can never have enough studs. How many times do I have to tell you greed is good? Although I think the Jedi would disagree with me because greed is the path to the dark side. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we need to go ahead and activate these things, support structures, allowing us to jump onto the platform and get, you guessed it, even more studs! Yay! Alright, a few more Tusken Raiders to deal with, and I've noticed that I haven't really been taking as much damage in this chapter as I did in the first one, which is all the more surprising considering how insanely long this chapter is. In fact, this might be the longest chapter I have ever recorded thus far. I guess that could be attributed to me wanting to collect everything, but back on topic, there is the bridge over there. And we can use the Force on it to complete the bridge so that we may safely traverse it. Ooh, more studs up there. I've been watching the Runaway Guys Let's Play of Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and it's so much fun because it's so chaotic. I mean, 4 guys playing a game all at once. Makes me wonder how they recorded their footage. I would really like to know how they did that, because I would love to collaborate with other YouTubers someday. I guess that is one of my major goals as a Let's Player, to someday collaborate with another YouTuber on a project. But for now, I think I'm doing alright, as a whole. Alright, let's go ahead and uproot these flowers one more time. And look at all the studs we generate, and we're almost at 70,000 studs, which is absolutely remarkable. More plants, more force, and more studs. Studs, studs, studs everywhere. I should probably make a counter to see how many times I say the word studs. Maybe a few years from now, someone will watch this video and actually make a counter. And if they manage to do that, well, they'll be pretty impressed. So right over here, we have something special. No, not the platform, this area. In the original trilogy, there are double score zones. These zones, any stud you collect in double score zones will count as double. So 10 will become 20, 100 will become 200, and so on. And a nice little palm tree right there. And a nice little palm tree right here. We're almost at the end of this level, thank God, because I've been playing forever and I really want to take a break. Alright, more destructibles. More things to blow up. Including palm trees. Yes, it would appear that Luke and Ben Kenobi have no appreciation for plants. So let's go ahead and blow everything up in sight. Not the Jedi way it is, but the Lego way it is. We do have Womp Rats, and you can kill them for hearts if you're ever running low. But I think we're good for now. Alright, I don't know what those things were. They looked like tiny rockets, but they are gone, so we can collect the spoils. And at last, we are in the final area. First thing we want to do is build the land speeder. And yes, we can indeed jump in it, but you guessed it, we have some more studs to collect. I know, it's tedious, what with me collecting all of these studs, but every single one helps because once we start unlocking the extras, some of them get really, really expensive. In fact, some of them can even cost upwards of $1 million or $2 million. So it's all the more important that we collect as much money as possible. Not to mention all of the unlockable characters, the hints, the gold bricks that we need to purchase. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you need to buy in this game, and you need to purchase all of it in order to get a 100% completion rating, which is what I am indeed going for. And check it out, we have 2 land speeders. That really doesn't make any sense why we have 2. Because couldn't the other character just jump into the land speeder with you? I mean, it doesn't really make much sense anyway. I'm thinking too much again. So we have some pieces lying around that we need to build right here, but the question is, what is it going to create? Why, that's simple. It is going to create, if I can get the glow, there we go. Oh, I don't want to fall into the mud. Oh, come on, really? Man, this angle is just killing me. There we go, at last I have the right vantage point. It's a T-16 Skyhopper. Now, wouldn't it have been cool to be able to ride one of those? And in fact, you can in Rogue Squadron 2, which is another really good Star Wars game. I also like Rogue Squadron as 1 as well. And fun fact, it was the first game in the series that allowed you to pilot a Naboo starfighter. A then unknown starfighter, because it hyped up episode 1 back in the 90s. So it was kind of cool to get a sneak preview of the prequels. Shame the outcome wasn't very good. And not only that, but I think you are able to pilot a Cadillac in space as one of the unlockables in Rogue Squadron 1. Now this is Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut, and we will go inside it momentarily, but you guessed it, we have more stuff to destroy. And we are already at half an hour and at 82,000 studs. How I've managed to talk this long is certainly beyond me. And we've got a nice little lawnmower here. Hey, even Jedi have to do chores around the house. Although I'm not really sure what lawn you can mow out here in the desert. And that was entirely pointless, and I don't know why I did it. Alright, even more studs generated by this steam mini rocket thingamajigs. I don't know what they're called. Ah, a lovely little clothesline. Hey, those Jedi robes can get pretty musty. So, it doesn't surprise me that Obi-Wan has to wash and dry them. Ooh, another treasure chest. Let's see what's inside here. Well, what a surprise. Some more studs. Anyway, I think we are done destroying everything. Ooh, power-up. That could be useful. Let's go ahead and collect every single destroyed item, stud, generator, whatever it's called. I don't care. I just want to end this video soon. And once we pull that lever, the rest of the gang is free to join us. And that land speeder is moving all on its own. It is haunted by a ghost. All right, let's go ahead and jump onto the roof of the house so we can get even more studs. And at long last, we're finally ready to end the chapter. Hallelujah. 4 switches, a lever comes down, pull on it, and the door opens. We have done it. Well, this is a very humble hut. But R2 has something to share us. Princess Leia is calling for Ben Kenobi's help. But it looks like he might have just the thing to help Luke. No. No. When did he keep that? Ah! Here it is. It is none other than the lightsaber of Luke's father. Well, it looks like he's lacking finesse. We've got a long way to go. Holy moly, we finally did it. After 33 minutes, and we have unlocked Luke Skywalker, Tatooine, and Ben Kenobi. 2 more characters in the original trilogy roster. And thankfully, we managed to get 100% true Jedi status, which is good because I really didn't want to play the level all over again. That was a nice boon to the stud total. Got a few mini kit pieces. As usual, 2 more gold bricks. I think we are ready to end the video right here. Next time on Let's Play LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga, we are going to proceed with Chapter 3 of A New Hope. See you guys next time.